Bore da, sut dwi ti? Well, that is good morning, how are you in Welsh? And yes, I'm heading back out to the Clwydians. Thursday morning, early start, parked up in the village, Penycloddiau, and heading out to the Clwydians. And that's my destination. Just between the two trees, you see that little blip, that little bump there. That's Moel Arthur, Iron Age hill fort. That's where I'm heading today. I'll show you another view of it now. There it is there. You see a tree there. Just, well, I move forward a bit. It comes into view. Just that little bump, that little blimp. I think it's 1,795 feet high, something like that. Anyway, don't quote me. But yeah, it was Penycloddiau the last time I was here, a couple of weeks back I think now. You got Moel Y Parc, Penycloddiau, Moel Arthur and Moel Famau, but you can't see that from here. But that's where I'm heading today, that blip there. And I'll tell you a bit more about it and as I get to it. Like I say, I could park up in the Penycloddiau car park, which narrows the walk down, but make it a bit of a walk. And I always park up in Penycloddiau and then head out to wherever I decide I want to go. And today, or this morning, it's Moel Arthur. It's the creamery. Anyway, it's a bit of a dull one, but hopefully the sun is trying to break through. But there's going to be no rain, but I'm filming with the GoPro anyway this morning. So yeah, no cars. I can't believe it. Camera, record, no cars. Right, onwards and upwards. And there it is, right ahead there, right in the centre of the shot. Hopefully you can see it. Getting a bit nearer. And when I go up this road, up over the summit, back down, back round, and this is where I'll be coming out. So it is a circular walk, and what's meant by a circular walk is my destination is the summit of Moel Arthur, heading up this way, up to the summit, and then back over and round means that you're not doubling back on yourself. That's basically what a circular walk means. I knew it wouldn't last, here come the cars, but if it was just straight from here up to the summit and back, you know, you're sort of retracing your steps. But all I'll be doing, I'll be coming out from there and then just that little short section, probably about a quarter of a mile, something like that. So it is a circular walk. It's like with Penycloddiau. And it's not so circular walk really from Kilford Byway, which is about a few miles up the road. But the Moel Arthur, I'll be heading, as you can see, up here, up over the summit, back down the other side, and then back round and coming up down on that junction there. So it is more or less a circular walk. Not so steep, just road walking until I reach Clwydian, which is Penycloddiau Wood or Penycloddiau Forest, and then straight attack to the summit, which is a very, very steep climb. And then you can see the summit there. Hopefully there's that little blip. This side of it, it's a very, very steep climb. Get the old blood flowing, and then it's over the top and it's downhill all the way. Then should get some pretty good views. Weather conditions are not too bad. So anyway, that's Penycloddiau there. Moel Parc's over that way, and like I say, Moel Famau is way down that way, but you can't see it from here. So right, onwards and upwards. Moel Arthur, Iron Age hill fort. So there it is, right in the centre of the shot. That's my destination, that little blip, because very shortly it'll vanish from view. I'll reach Clwydian through the forest to the Penycloddiau car park, and then that's when the climb. You still can't see the summit from there, but it's a very steep climb. Get the blood flowing. And then I'll reach the summit, probably do a 360 view and what have you. Hopefully weather, it's trying to brighten up. Should get some pretty decent views looking back down the Vale of Clwydian and what have you. So yeah, and then it's downhill all the way then. It's a good circular route. That's Penycloddiau. And there. That's one I did the last time I was here. And I've got to make the most of it. It's from 6 PM tomorrow. I won't be able to head out into the hills for 2 weeks. Wales in total lockdown, or fire break as they're calling it. You've got to stay at home, only go out for essential shopping. You can exercise, but this wouldn't be called reasonable exercise. Driving 3 mile, whatever it is, to Llandyrnog, hiking up into the hills, that wouldn't be classed as reasonable exercise. So for 2 weeks I'll have to stay away from the mountains, although they're not classed as mountains. There's the car. And they're not classed as mountains, they're just classed as hills, although it's called the Clwydian mountain range, but they're not high enough to be classed as mountains. So yeah, it wouldn't be classed as reasonable exercise, although it is excellent exercise. But what exercise they mean is just like a 10-minute stroll from your house or what have you, but parking up, you know, like I say, driving 3 mile or whatever it is, parking up and then going for a 6 mile hike into the hills, and that would not be classed as reasonable exercise. So for 2 weeks till November the 9th, that's when we can come back hopefully to some sort of normality. And here comes another car. Am I back at the mental? So yeah, lockdown from 6 PM tomorrow, all Wales, total lockdown. Stay at home. All we can go out is for essentials such as lager and vodka. Right, onwards and upwards. After this section there's a bit of a climb, road section, and then it levels off slightly. Bit of a climb up through Clwydian, and then once I leave that is the steepest section from where I leave Penycloddiau car park up to more or less to the summit, or near to the summit of Moel Arthur. Is a very, very steep climb, and then once I get to the summit, it's drop down, it's downhill all the way. Nice easy stroll all the way back down to Llandyrnog. And here comes another car. Ah! Area of astounding natural beauty. Oh God, here comes a van now. I'm sure I'm back at the mental. But yeah, Moel Arthur vanished. Penycloddiau vanished. Moel Famau is way over that way, but you can't see it, so all gone. Right, bit of a road section coming up, which is steep, but it's only short. It's not very, it's about a quarter of a mile, something like that, but it is extremely steep. Levels off slightly, and like I say, I got Clwydian, and then that's when the big climb starts. The only big section, the steepest section of the walk, and then straight to the summit then. I could take that turning, but that's the way. Well, I could return by that way, but I'll be bypassing that. But if I was heading towards Moel Arthur, I could head up that way, but I always tend to take this route. Anyway, this is the Sani shelter. This shelter, the property of the sanatorium, is provided for the use of the staff and visitors. It's a little plaque there, you won't be able to read it on this, but the Sani shelter, as it's known. Right, as you can see on the sign here, unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles. And they're not kidding, it's like that, but it's only short. It's only a few hundred yards, something like that. Get the blood flowing, and then I'll be heading towards Clwydian, which is Llandyrnog Wood. Oh god, here we go. Camera record equals vans. I was just about to say, it's quite light here this morning. Sometimes with this canopy, this section, I call it the Black Hole of Calcutta, because it's normally dark, but it's quite light today. Anyway, that's the climb, just round that corner there. Like I say, it's only short though. Get the old blood flowing. Onwards and literally upwards. And at the top, just round the bend, see if the eggs are for sale. There was none on the Penycloddiau walk. There was no eggs. So I'll look today, see if there's any for sale. Not that I'm going to buy any, but it's like a, what do they call them? Honesty box, but it's not so much a box. It's on like a, they built it purpose made to sell the eggs. Anyway, starting to get getting a bit of height now. Just round that corner, that'll get the blood flowing. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Just keep the rhythm. Just keep saying to yourself, you'll be fine, you'll be fine. It's very, very steep. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. Get the old blood flowing. Right, that's that section done with. Just 2 more to come. No eggs today. Sorry, no eggs today. The old hens can't be laying. Right, next stop will be Clwydian. Bit of a steep section there. Up to Penycloddiau car park. And then that's when the real climb will begin. And then straight to the summit. And then it's downhill all the way. And there's some blue sky appearing. We should get some pretty decent views from the summit of Moel Arthur. This Clwydian. Just make out a little bit of it there. Got a bit to go yet though. And then, as I say, a bit of a short section of a climb to the car park. And here comes another car! Oh, I don't believe it. Always step to the side because these lanes are very narrow. Cars are not too bad, but you do get the odd wagon and stuff coming. And it's only room for 1 car, so I always step to one side, keep out the way. Right. Warming up now too. Bit of a blue sky. Views should be okay at the top there. Moel Arthur is that way somewhere, but you can't see it. Anyway, there's Clwydian. Just make out a bit of it there. And then that's the next climb. It's only 3 sections of steep walking. That's the one I've just come up now, Clwydian, and then from the car park up to the summit, which you will see a bit later. Get the blood flowing. Bring it on. I thought that pony was coming to say hello then, but he stopped. Watching you, watching me. Thought he was going to come to the gate, but he stopped and had second thoughts. Right, this is the start of Clwydian. I could make it go that way up the road. There's a grey squirrel there, tree rat. So yeah, Clwydian. Some may say, oh, lovely little squirrel. Millions and millions of pounds worth of damage they do every year. Tree rats. If you trap a squirrel, a grey squirrel, it's illegal to release them. You have to humanely dispatch them. Right, this is Clwydian. As I said earlier, I think there's some hikers coming behind me. They're just coming down from the Kilford byway. Yeah, they're coming behind me, so they won't catch me up. Not the rate I walk. I'm a very, very speedy walker on the flat, up hills and down hills. So there's no way they'll catch me up. So yeah, coed, as I said earlier, is wood. And it's pronounced coed, it's spelt. Here we go with the Welsh lesson. There's a car coming to me there. Unless there's a red car parked there. I think they're parked there, there's another car pulling up now. Yeah, Welsh lesson coming up. Coed, it's spelt C-O-E-D, and a lot of people pronounce it coed. As in, you'll hear a lot of people as in better so coed, but it's not pronounced coed, it's pronounced coed, as if you're saying C-O-Y-D, coed. But you'll hear a lot of people pronounce it coed, like the classic better so coed, but it's proper, it's pronounced it as better so coed, as in here we go, Snowdon. Even I call it that. Highest mountain in Wales, or England and Wales. If you ask someone, they'll say, oh, it's Snowdon. Wrong. It's Wyddfa. That's its name. Snowdon is the name for the collection, the collective name for the mountain range. But if you ask someone, probably 99.9, if you say what's the highest mountain in England and Wales, they'll say Snowdon, but that's incorrect. It's Wyddfa, not Snowdon. We're cutting the grass here too. Path down there, but yeah, so anyway, that's the Welsh lesson over. Better so coed, Llangwyfan, Wyddfa and Snowdon. Right, pretty flattish, about a few hundred yards, got a bit of a climb, and I'll reach the car park, Penycloddiau car park, and then just drop down a bit and then leave the road, and then the very steep section direct to the summit of Moel Arthur. Onwards and upwards. The second outing for my boots as well. There's my boots. The lightweight, very, very lightweight Isotex. I suppose that's some sort of opposition to Gore-Tex, so it means they're breathable. But yeah, very pleased with them. Second outing for them. Perfect for this type of walk. If I was heading towards the Oggy or Gwyn Valley or Wyddfa, then I'd put a pair of leathers on, something with a very stiff sole. Although the sole on these is pretty stiff, but I wouldn't wear these. But it's perfect for these sort of low level walks and the Clwydians and stuff like that. Perfect. But as I say, if I was heading into the real mountains proper, such as the Oggy Valley, or Gwyn Valley, by the way, in case you're not sure what the Oggy I'm going on about, then I put a pair of leather boots on. I've got a range of boots for different walking situations. Like I say, these are all very lightweight, breathable, perfect for this type of walk. Anyway, I'll be turning off this path in a minute. Just a bit of a short, steep section, and then I'll arrive at the car park. And just looking back now, it'll probably look like a million miles away on this camera, but it's a fair old walk. Just in the dip there, you probably may make out some houses and bit of trees and stuff. It's in the bottom of that dip anyway. That's where I parked up and that's where I started the walk. As I say, probably on this camera it'll look like 600 miles away, but it is a fair walk to where I'm now, and I'm not even a third of the way, probably about a quarter of the way. Like I said earlier, and I've said in a lot of my walks, The Penycloddiau car park. I could drive all the way and park there, but make a walk of it. I've never ever parked in the Penycloddiau car park. You can see it better here. See the trees going up and down there, right in the centre, in that dip there. That's where I've walked from. And as I say, it's probably about a quarter of the walk so far. So keep going. I'll be turning off in a minute for the second steep section before I reach the car park. It's a bit of a breeze picking up too, which will be very welcome on the climbs. Anyway, actually turning off here now. I could carry on and skirt round. It's both ways you reach the car park. Well, that path that they've been cutting the grass, this is where it comes out. So yeah, see it's a section that way or that way. Either way, you can go either way, but this is the steepest, which I'm taking. I love it. Get the blood flowing in it. It's only short though, it's only a few hundred yards. And reach the car park then. And then the big climb. The third and last climb. Here we go again. It may not look as steep as it does on camera, but it is. Take it from me, but it's not long at all. It's only, like I say, a few hundred yards. Keep going. Keep the rhythm going. 1, 2, 1, 2. Keep going. Onwards and literally upwards. Right, this is the Penycloddiau car park. I haven't seen it this full for some time. Oh no, a car! It's starting to drizzle now too. Is it coming up here? Yes, it is. Yeah, I haven't seen this car park as full as this for some time. Last time I was here, it was just one or two, although there was a film crew here. I got told to keep quiet because I was yapping to the camera. But anyway, turning off just round that corner there. And it's starting to rain. Didn't forecast rain. Anyway, lots a bit of water. We don't rust, do we? I'll be turning off here now. And that's the third and final climb, and it's the steepest section of this walk. Yeah, it's just a light drizzle. As I say, they never forecast rain, but this is Wales, this is North Wales, and you're in the mountains. Moel Arthur. That way. Yeah, this is North Wales. North Wales weather. Oh, some people coming down. That's the steep section there. Don't know if you can make out, there's a couple of sheep and some people coming down with a dog, but very, very steep. This is the steepest section of the walk. It's only 3 sections. So anyway, see the sign there, Moel Famau Country Park. Onwards and upwards. The lady there using poles. That's one thing, I've got a set of poles, but I've never ever used them. But they're very beneficial. It's like an extra 2 legs really. But yeah, take it from me. I'm about a third of the way up, and it's steep. Yeah, I've never used my poles. Just never got round to them. It's like these boots I got on. It's only the second time. I've had them for about 3 years. I'm having a nut. It's just an excuse to get your breath back. Heart pumping section. Very, very steep. gotta watch the sheep cack all over the place. Yeah, but behind me there, Penycloddiau. Good walk, good circular walk, drop down the other side, return via Kilford Byway. Wow, this is steep. Nice breeze though. Yeah, that car park. Haven't seen it that full for a while. There's a few out today. Wow! This is steep. This certainly gets the blood flowing. It may not look as bad as it does on camera, but an excuse to stop for a breather. Oh. You can just about spin round. I talked about the creamery. You can see the trees coming down there, and then the fields back up there. Right at the bottom, you may be able to make out some buildings. That's the creamery. So, give you a bit of an indication of how far I've walked, and this is probably about a third of the way now. And it's the last steep section. And once I reach the summit, it's downhill all the way. Wow, this is steep. But I've done this walk, I've forgotten millions and millions of times. In all weathers. Deep snow. I've been on Moel Famau when the snow was 5 foot deep. And I was literally walking on top, and you just drop. You walk for a few yards and the snow gives way and you just drop, and the snow is coming up to about there. You have to dig yourself out. Something is lurking in there. I can hear something. It's probably a sheep. Can't see it. Could be. Oh yeah, it's a sheep. But yeah, wow. Steep. Nice views though. It's clouding though. The rain stopped, but it was only a drizzle. But yeah, try and give you a view, you know, try and get the angle so you can see how steep this section is. Ridiculously steep. But I've only got up to that bracken there, and that's where it levels off. Short little blip up to the summit, and then looks like there's rain coming across now. Didn't forecast rain, but as I say, this is North Wales. We have our own weather up here, especially up on the mountains as well. But yeah, I'll show you how steep this walk is, or this section I should say, but it's only this is the third and last steep section. Anyway, keep going. Hopefully right in the centre of the shot there you can make out the cars. Penycloddiau car park. And the wind kicked in, the rain's kicked in, and it didn't say no rain, but try telling the weather that. Right, just got a little bit section to go, and then it levels off ish, and then straight to the summit. Done about the views now, it's closing in. But keep going anyway. Yeah, the wind's kicked in. It's not heavy rain, it's like a drizzle, very fine drizzle. Anyway, it's just over this style short section, and then straight to the summit. Wind's quite strong too. There's the car park right in the centre of the shot. Hopefully you can see that. Very busy. I've not seen it as busy as that for some time. Right, it's just over this brow here and it'll level off then. And just a very short climb up to the summit. I don't know about the views. It may clear, you don't know. It's a bit brighter that way, but the weather's coming in from this direction. So, anyway, keep going in it. What else can you do? Right, that's it. That's the 3 steep sections in the bag. Relatively flat now. Summit's there, you can't see the summit proper from here. It's just a bit over that brow there. But relatively flat now. You got the wind and the rain. Weather is really closing in. But once I reach the summit, downhill literally all the way. And hopefully the rain will stop and hopefully it might clear up a bit, but it's not looking good. Not looking good. Anyway, keep going. Right, so I'll just say a bit about Moel Arthur. Iron Age hill fort, same as Penycloddiau, and they've had a few digs here, you know, archaeological digs, and they found Roman pottery. Hang on, there they found Roman pottery. They're not sure whether it was actually occupied by the Romans or whether they were just like passing through and they stayed here for a year or two or what have you. And just as back as 1962, they found 3 copper axes. You can look this up. If you look it up on Wikipedia or something like that, I think they were dated to the Saxon years or Saxon age. These copper, I don't know, axe made out of copper. I wouldn't have thought they would be much good because copper is very soft metal. But anyway, they were made out of copper apparently. And that was in 1962. But yeah, they found Roman pottery and all sorts of stuff here, but don't know if I'm gonna get any views today. Weather is closed in. That's looking over towards Liverpool, the Wirral and Merseyside and what have you. The summit's up there, but you can't see the summit proper. But this weather is really turning in now. But no more hills. It's only 3 steep sections. That road section is the first one, then Clwydian, and the last one I've just come up now, which is the steepest part of the walk. But it gets the old heart thumping, gets the blood flowing, and also brings on the weather. Bit sheltered from the wind at the moment, but it's pouring down. I love it. No waterproofs or nothing with me today. I just got my bottle, my camera, no rucksack. I thought, oh, it's going to be a nice easy one. But you never know, it might clear up. This weather in these mountains, sometimes it can be closed in and it doesn't usually last. It's brighter that way. But yeah, I thought I'd travel light on this walk. Just a hot bottle. I got my camera, I got my phone. Not that it'll be any good up here. Never tested it for a signal, to be honest. And just the GoPro. And I thought, oh, that was just a nice easy stroll. But try telling the weather that. Right, I'll be turning off a few 100 yards, make it to the summit, and I'll drop back down. And it's a road section then all the way back down to Llandudno. You never know, this weather might pass, you never know, I doubt it though. Right, the standing stone, that's my turning point. I'll be returning here and carrying on down that way, but this weather and all the gear I got at home, I must have about half a dozen Gore-Tex 3-layer jackets for expedition mountaineer use in the wardrobe. I got waterproof trousers, several pairs of over trousers, and I just got fleece on today. I just thought it's going to be a nice day. I haven't even got a shell. You know, sometimes I put like a bit of a cagoule. I got no rucksack. I'm like an amateur today. I don't care though. It may pass over actually, but it's coming down there. But you can see it sweeping across. It's going across today. Anyway, obviously, basically, just there's the summit, and I'll just hang about there. I'll do a 360. Not that you're going to see much. And then I'll drop back down that way. Drops down to the Moel Arthur car park, and then it's the road section. Then downhill all the way. Right, summit is the next stop. In the centre of the shot there, you probably can't see it on this camera, it's Moel Famau, right in the centre. See the Jubilee Tower, well, I can see it, but you may not on this camera. But the sheltered from the wind, still raining, but there's like a mist coming across now. So the mist or the cloud, low cloud. So the visibility I think is going to be 0. As I speak, visibility is getting very poor. But back in the wind now. Anyway, just raking it up to this summit. Doubt if there'll be anyone here. Moel Arthur and Penycloddiau. It's very rarely, if you go make it to the summit, very rarely there's anyone here, unless it's a really nice day. The Moel Famau, there's always someone there in all weathers. But yeah, you can see the cloud coming in there. It's a mixture of cloud and rain. Bit of a climb too. It's not too bad. As I say, the worst 3 climbs are the very steep ones. They're in the back. So anyway, this is the summit. Visibility not very good. That's what's left of the cairn. It was bigger than that last time I was here, but right, this is the summit. Moel Arthur. Hang on, I'll give you a wipe down. Right, I'll give you a 360. I can see Moel Famau's vanished. Right, I'll give you a 360. Right, that's it. Not hanging about. That's looking towards Moel Famau. Look at it now. You can't even see nothing. Weather is really closing in. Right, I'm dropping down now onto Moel Arthur car park, and then it's a road section downhill all the way. Shows you it's mountain weather. When I started off, really nice day, but you can see what it's like now. Weather is really closing in, which is what you expect. This is North Wales, and this is the Clwydian mountain range. I've got some climbers coming up here now, walkers coming up. I'm not the only the only nutter. they're making their way up from the car park, which I'll be heading my way back down. Right, dropping down now. See the cloud coming across there. If I hold the camera still, it's sheltered here from the wind, but you can hopefully make out the cloud sweeping across. Can't see Moel Famau, but looking back that way, it's pretty bright and clear that way, looking towards Liverpool and all that. But that way, that's where I've just come from, the summit there. But you can sweeping across. That's what it's like in this mountain weather. That's why a lot of people get lost on these mountains. It can be nice, bright, sunny, and it can literally come down, poof. And that's when people get lost. That's why you should, I've always said you should just learn the basics of map and compass work. A lot of people find it very confusing, but it's not. It's really, really simple. And I'll plug my channel. There is a link, I think, on this channel. It's called Land Navigation. If you want to click on that, there's loads and loads of videos, all aspects of land navigation, map and compass work, anything to do with land navigation, and from the basics to some very advanced techniques. But like I say, just learn the basics. It could be a matter of life and death, literally life and death. So if you want to take a look at that channel, it's called Land Navigation. Right, dropping down now. Very sheltered. Actually stopped raining now too. It's just clouds coming in, turning in now. So there's 3 walkers there. I don't know if they're going to come up this way or carry on over the tops, but rain coming off the cap there. But yeah, if you want to check that out, the channel's called Land Navigation. If you're interested, if you're head out to the hills just to learn the basics, you can. There's very advanced techniques on it which you don't really need to learn, but just learn the basics of map and compass work, navigation and what have you. It's very sheltered here. Which way they going? They're coming up here. Don't know. Anyway, I'm dropping down to the car park, and then, as I say, it's the road all the way. Then yeah, I think they are coming up here. Right, dropping down anyway. Now that I've left the summit, people arrive from nowhere and the weather's not too bad, although looking back it's still looking a bit dodgy up there, but that's what it's like. Nice and sunny 1 minute, next minute rain and wind and low cloud. But anyway, I'm heading back down that way now. Like I say, circular walk. I could head back the way I've come up, but I'm just make it a circular walk. Right, downhill all the way. Sheltered this side from the wind, and I think it's stopped raining as well. I'm sure I got it right. Sheltered here, well sheltered from the wind. Very peaceful. Still thick cloud on the summit there, but yeah, it's nice down here now. Although saying that, it's starting to rain again now. So it's liking it. Yeah, the weatherman. North Wales, no rain. What? No rain for North Wales? At least the wind, you're out of the wind here anyway. That's one thing. Wind and the combination of the wind and the rain. Not a good combination. But anyway, it may pass over, you don't know. Although, I doubt it. Anyway, at least it's downhill. Oh my god, walkers. I've never seen it so busy, I tell you. I've never seen this walk so busy. Cyclists down there. Walkers coming up towards me now. Walkers the other side. Penycloddiau car park. Never seen it that busy. Amazing. There's a gang of walkers heading up to Moel Famau, the Offa's Dyke path. That's the path there, leads up. Carry on. Wow! The car park down here, I tell you, I've never ever seen it this busy. This is the Moel Arthur car park in the centre of the shot there. There's bikers there, there's hikers, there's all sorts of going on. I haven't seen this busy for, I don't know, I can't remember when I saw it this busy for a weekday. Even if it was Saturday or Thursday morning, it's all go. Penycloddiau car park was full. There's a gang, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 heading up to Moel Famau. There's another 2 leading the 2 or 3, is it, leaving the car park now? 2 I think it is. Heading up to Moel Famau. As I said earlier, normally Penycloddiau and Moel Arthur, they're always quiet. It's Moel Famau, that's the busy one. So there's a gang there, and there's someone just heading up from the car park, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 cars. Sometimes you'll get 1, if 2, but it's full. Same as Penycloddiau. Never seen it this busy. As I say, on a weekday. Alright, I'll be joining the road in a few minutes, and then it'd be going that way, heading that way, dropping down then all the way back to Llandurnog. Wind's back now. I was sheltered, but it's back. Right, just looking up. That's the way I've just come up. Well, just come down. Just come down, I should say. But look at this car park here. Look at it. Never seen it this busy for, can't remember when. There's a gang heading up Moel Famau there. I'll be heading that way over the cattle grid and dropping down, but there's about 10 or 12 heading up there now. The wind's pretty keen too. Right, over the cattle grid and then dropping down. Someone else just starting off on the walker, but you can see there's a gang right in the centre of the shot. Hopefully you can pick them out. Good luck to them. That's the Moel Famau route. Done that 1,000,001 times as well. Anyway, I'm dropping down now. See the road section all the way downhill back down to Llandurnog. And this rain don't look like it's going to stop. Weatherman, you got it wrong. Right, just give you a last look at Moel Arthur. It's the summit walk today. From that direction, up over the top, and back around. Well, that's it. Moel Arthur, H Hill Fort. This weather, absolutely chucking it down now. But as I say, downhill all the way. Road section as well, so the mushrooms there. Yeah, downhill now all the way. It's actually stopped raining. Looking back towards the Moel Famau route there, you can see clouds really drop down. So visibility on that path and from summit of Moel Famau will be literally zero. You can see very, very steep, but it's downhill. And I don't know if you can just make out from the telegraph pole and them trees right in the distance there, you can make out the houses. Well, you may make out the houses, but anyway, that's where I've parked up. So I haven't got long to go. I'm about 2/3 of the way. That's where I parked up, that's Llandurnog. So let's, as I say, it's downhill now all the way. Yes, clouds really come in. Visibility will be zero. At least it stopped raining, that's one thing. But yeah, anyway, right in the centre of the shot, just between, it's sort of framed between the tree, that lamppost, or telegraph pole I should say, right in the centre. Hopefully you can make out the buildings there, that's Llandurnog. So that's my destination now. Back to the car. Alright, not long to go now, a few miles. See the houses of Llandurnog. I'll just show you this footpath sign. See there? There's a little sign at the bottom of it there. Move them out of the way. And it says, Criminal Damage Act 19 something. It is an offence to tamper with this signpost. Anyone found guilty of such an offence is liable to a maximum fine of £1,000 or 6 months imprisonment. Wow, I'm not going to touch it. Literally, hopefully, if you can see it there. If you tamper with that sign, you get jailed for 6 months. Wow. Right, onwards and downwards. No wind, no rain. Alright, just reaching the crossroads now. And if I turn right down that way, can I get past that van? Nice, I think he's just delivering. Yeah, if I go down that way, I'll come to the Sanny. Yay! But I'll be heading that way. Yeah, he was delivering. There's these these country lanes. You got vans and stuff. Not a lot of room. I may have just squeezed past, but yeah, like I say, if I head down that way, I come to the Sanny shelter, which I showed you earlier. But I'm heading down this way, and I think a bit further down, I think you do get, if I remember, you get a view of Moel Arthur. Well, perhaps not you're in the cloud, but you'll give an idea of the length of the walk. I've never really measured it, but it's a good few miles. Just shows you weather conditions. It's like now almost blue sky and the sun's almost coming out, and no wind, no rain, but just from where I've come from, the weather conditions were really bad. Right, I'll show you where I've come from now. Hopefully right in the centre there, between the trees. Make out that bump there. That's Moel Arthur. That was my destination today. Looks like the clouds lifted slightly as well, but look at it down here. Totally different down here, isn't it? That's what you get though, mountain weather. bird song there. Nice walk next to the stream. Quite warm now too. No wind, no rain. And it's warm, quite warm down here now. Into another crossroads now. Turn right again. If I was heading towards Moel Famau, I would head down that way. That's the way I would go. But on my return, I'll be heading up that way. And I'll come to that. There's another honesty box there. Fresh eggs. £20 each, or £1 for half a dozen. Loads in that one. 20p an egg, or half a dozen for £1. Beautiful down here now. No wind, no rain. And it's quite warm. A bit further along and I'll show you the view of the Clwydians. You'll see Moel Arthur again. Give you a bit of a rundown of the walk. Right, I'll give you a bit of a rundown from the back here. Right, in the centre of the shot there, that blip, that's Moel Arthur. So it just comes on. It looks like it's clearing now at the top there. Typical, isn't it? That's Penycloddiau. Moel Y Parc is that way, you can't quite see it from here. But that's Penycloddiau. That's Moel Arthur. That's where I walk today. Up from here, up that way, up over the top, back around and back this way. So right, hold it steady in the centre of the shot there. That was my destination today, Moel Arthur. And the cloud, you can see the cloud is lifting. Typical. But anyway, I've seen the view from there 1,000,001 times. Right, all I've got to do now is just make my way a few hundred yards down there, come to another crossroads, turn left, and then just drops down into Llandurnog. So that's it, it's another walk. I won't be able to venture out now for next 2 weeks. Here we go. To the side. Yeah, because of the lockdown from tomorrow 6 p.m. Like I say, heading out into the mountains is not reasonable exercise, but I'm not going to do it anyway, because you are allowed exercise, but I don't think they class that as you know, just routine exercise, is it? It's more like a expedition. But yeah, 6 p.m. tomorrow, stay indoors. Wales is shut till November the 9th. Right, I'm going. So thanks for watching. As always, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you again. I'll give you another last view of Clwydians. Actually, you can see Moel Y Parc, Penycloddiau and Moel Arthur. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again.